when you do an introduction, you say, "Welcome to Bacon Feet. My name is Addie, and I'm here with," and then everybody else says their name.
Try it.
Are you ready? Because we're recording. Let's go, buddy. You got this.
Welcome to Bacon Feet. My name is Addie, and I'm here with.
I'm trying not to sneeze. Theta.
And Mom.
Kaya. And what Zoe watched yesterday was
1408.
1408, and the thing is just about a room that's 1408, and a bunch of people died in it. The room is cursed. People jumped out the window.
Yeah.
If you listen to our last episode, you can tell that this podcast is full of spoilers for the movies. So I suggest watching the movie before you listen to the podcast.
Yeah, but we're watching old movies, so if people haven't watched them, that's on them. We're not, watching anything new. So the reason we went with 1408 instead of Meg 2 is because even though Addie and Kaya's got the most votes for Meg 2, it was $20 to rent it, and I'm a cheap person. So we went with 1408 because we actually had that DVD on hand, and it was Theta's vote, and it was in second place. So there will be a poll with this episode with everybody's new movie picks. We're actually going to be picking out of our DVD collection because we need to watch them anyway. So we'll be doing that.
What about these? Do we have these on?
No, we don't.
What?
So, yes.
If we do all of our DVDs, then I have a movie we could watch. We haven't watched it in a long time.
What's that?
It. The new one.
I saw it last year.
Yeah, we watch it kind of frequently.
Yeah, well, I can't remember anything about it, and I just know they're the clowning Pennywise, and Dorothy gets eaten. That's all I remember.
Yeah.
And it's the movie because the new one is the movie, and the old one is kind of like a sew. It's kind of like a long sew. It's like we couldn't finish it all in one night. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. 1 second. Okay. So, you want to put it on the list? I don't know if we have it, but we'll see. Okay. Back to the meat and potatoes of why we're here.
Potatoes.
Me.
Okay.
We're talking about potatoes now. I like potatoes. I don't eat mashed potatoes. I eat baked.
You eat raw potatoes.
Yeah, I do.
I know.
And there's no problem with that. They're good.
Yep.
Except Mom can't handle it because she thinks that people actually...
Go ahead and say it.
Actually, poop or something on the potatoes and grapes and all that stuff. And I'm like, it's land. It's actual land. They're far away. What is wrong with you? They're 20 million miles away from where the side of the road is.
When they're harvesting, they go to the bathroom in the fields.
What? No.
Where do you think they go to the bathroom?
In their house.
What if they're
Dude,
a mile away
have,
from their house?
Hold on, number one, you have these huge fucking potato farms, and you have 50 people out there picking potatoes. They don't all live in the same fucking house.
So?
Wash your apples and your
apples
are different, but wash your potatoes and all that stuff.
I do. I wash them literally with soap, Mom.
Then what's the big deal?
Yeah, what's the problem?
I don't know.
And also,
They're just talking shit on me.
You still should peel the potatoes even if you wash them.
Still.
That's what we do, but to each their own. There's lots of people who like the potato skins, so. I don't know, it's just one of those weird things about me. It's kind of cute. Just kidding, it's annoying. Okay, so back to 1408. John Cusack. You guys didn't know who he was?
I've heard of him.
Right? Haven't seen any of his movies.
About him.
Yeah, and I don't really watch any of his other movies, and I think that was his best film ever.
Okay. To our favorite character.
What? No, hold on. Let me finish telling about the movie. So you have John Cusack, Samuel L. Jackson as the hotel manager, a couple other people, but it was mostly John Cusack by himself, which he did a great job to do. Yeah, it like a solo movie almost. It is about. You say what you. Dita, you tell us about what's 1408 about. What's the movie about?
1408 is about the main character, Michael. He is an author, and he was currently writing scary, like, haunted places, and he wanted to check out this one hotel that has one room, which is 1408, and it's, like, it was supposedly really haunted, and there were, like, I think a total of 56 deaths in there, and I think 13 of them were, like, suicides and stuff, but the other ones were natural.
Mm-hmm.
And so he wanted to, like, stay in that room to, like, see what would happen, because he was basically documenting what would occur.
Mm-hmm. That's great. Kai, you have anything to add?
Yeah, the name of the hotel is the Dolphin Hotel.
What city was it in?
New York.
I thought it was in Colorado.
No.
It was in New York. Do you remember where Michael's character lived?
Los Angeles.
Los Angeles to New York. Yeah.
It was really, like, important that it was in New York, because that's where his, like, ex-wife lived, and it was kind of a big deal for him to be in there.
Yeah,
At New
because
York.
they lost a daughter to cancer or something. You don't really know.
A
And
disease.
what was her name? Anybody
Katie.
remember?
I don't know.
Katie. Yeah. Katie was her name. And so Michael gets to the hotel, and what happens, Addie?
The hotel manager guy said that's the closest he gets to the top level,
To floor 14.
and he doesn't go inside the hotel room. He doesn't go through the hallway because he does not like the room 1408.
And also the manager, before that happened, when Michael tried to check into the hotel, on the computer when he was trying to check in, it was flagged that the employees should get the manager before letting him in, because they knew what his priorities were.
Mm-hmm.
And the manager met with Michael, and he was very, I don't know the word, but he was, like, he did not want Michael to go in there, and he made that really clear.
Okay.
Two of my favorite people were in the hotel.
Uh-huh.
So it was the hotel manager, Olin.
Olin. Yeah, that was Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, and then in the lobby thing, when he goes in, they show this picture of what the lobby looks like inside.
Uh-huh.
And there was just this lady and, like, 3 other kids and their pet poodle or something like that. And that was, like, my favorite part. The poodle!
Oh, see the poodle?
Yes.
So the poodle is one of your favorite characters?
It was my top favorite character.
My two favorite characters were Katie and Michael, the main character, and the little girl.
Why do you think Katie was your favorite?
Because she, like, died.
So she died?
Michael saw a vision of them, and when Katie was in the hospital. And then, like, when he said Katie, like, the flashback turned the lights off, and then, like, after, and then last part that I like Kitty is because like when he was in the old room, like before he went in the room, like the past, Katie came and like she said she was cold and like she was stepping on all the wood and her toes were bloody. And then like she said, "Don't you love me anymore?" And then he said she loved him. And then she just dies again in his hands.
Yeah. And that part, like, when she, like, turns to ash in his hands, his arms, I, like, either laugh or I cry. Because that's the only two emotions I have. And I usually laugh because every time I see that movie, if I don't laugh, I'm going to be crying like a fucking baby.
No,
Yeah.
it was funny because it was like in the Freddy movie, it's like how the mom just turned mannequin as Freddy took her through the window,
Yeah.
and she just like it's like blowing out a candle. It just vanishes completely in like 3 seconds. It's like, hi, dead.
Who is your favorite character, Theta? My favorite character was the electrician in the movie. And he was called to the room because the thermostat was broken and it was too hot in there. And then the lady on the receptionist was like, "Yeah, we'll send an electrician up there." And then when the electrician came, he was like, "So what's the problem?" And Michael was like, "My thermostat's broken, obviously. Can you fix it?" He's like, "Yeah, sure." And then Michael started walking, and then he looked back, and the electrician was still outside the doorway. And then Michael was like, "Aren't you coming in?" Or like, I kind of forgot, but
Like, that's
and the electrician was like, "I am not going in there."
It's funny because he brought a toolbox up there with him, not even to go in the room.
Yeah. He's like, I love the one quote from the electrician when Michael's like, "Oh, the thermostat's over here." He's like, "Yeah, I heard you, but I ain't going in that room."
Yeah.
Did you have something to say about the electrician?
he was like, he brought his toolbox up, and then he was like, "I remember all the people who died. I'm not going in that room no more.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what to do, but I ain't going in there."
Yeah. My favorite character was Olin. Because I think that, like, I just love it. He's like, when Michael's like, "Yeah, I'm still staying." He's like, "God damn it." Like, "You're gonna die."
Yeah.
And I can't remember. I didn't catch it in the movie, but I thought at the end they stated how long he was actually in the room.
Really?
Yeah, because it wasn't overnight. It was just hours. He was only in there for like an
Maybe 3
hour,
hours?
maybe even 15 minutes. I can't fucking remember, but I thought that they said at the end how long he was in the room, and I didn't catch it. Yeah. So how did you guys feel about like the jump scares and stuff?
They didn't scare me. They weren't.
They weren't as bad. It's like that one time when me and Theta played that one Roblox game or something.
The window jump scare got me.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, usually, like, jump scares that get me are, like, the ones where, like, something's running at the camera.
Oh, okay.
Or something, not, like, something.
Well, what about that lady that was swinging the axe or whatever?
Yeah, that was kind of scary, but it wasn't really, like, in your face.
The first time you saw her was.
Yeah, well, maybe that one scared me, but...
I'm just saying, like, there was a couple, but it was mainly with her. And I feel like every time I watch it, I'm like, God damn, I thought there was more ghosts, but there's only like 3, 4 that you see.
5. Because there's that one that holds the spy cam in the bin or something. And then there's like the lady with the axe. And then there's
the one who I thought was a guy.
The one who walks, like he just walks and jump out the window, and then you see the lady in the dining room or something walk out the window.
Yeah.
And then there's that one, I think it was like that ghost that was pretending to be his ex-wife in the other room. When he looked down the vent.
Yeah. And then you got the guy in the vent.
the guy on the camera that was pretending to be Michael, and he said like
Mm-hmm.
He was talking to his ex-wife
Yeah.
to like come when he was hallucinating.
And then his dad.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm kind of curious if it's just like one entity there, like just fucking with people, or if it's all the people that have died
Yeah.
that are in that room. You know?
I think for me the creepiest part was the part with the spy cam. Like, just like weird stuff happening, and like there's nothing happening, but you just like see something weird going on. But like, it's not moving, it's just standing there. It's like, in the ring, like, just, it kind of reminded me of that. Like,
Yeah.
just a lot of weird
Shit.
stuff. That's the
Yeah.
stuff that scares me.
Yeah, and I think that you had made a comment last night that you really don't like psychological thrillers.
Yeah, psychological thrillers like that, they like, I don't know, they are weird.
The point of psychological thrillers is to fuck with your mind, which it did, yeah.
Yeah.
Addie, you want to say something?
the other jump scare that got me was when like that woman was climbing out the window again, and like he almost fell off the window,
Mm-hmm.
and like he almost died. It did.
Was that the scariest part, you think?
No, the bloody hand and the sink and
I was thinking that too. What about you?
I don't have a scary part.
You didn't think? Did you think
the
it?
one
oh.
the one part that was scary was like it just like made me really uncomfortable, and like it was just like that it was in the bathroom, and it was the sink that he had after he cut his hand, his knuckles or something that he got smashed in the window with.
Yeah.
Like all the blood from there just like formed into water and just like dripped out of the sink because it was like overflowing or something.
Yeah, because remember you were like, oh yeah, that's like the it, or like,
Oh yeah, yeah. The
The
it
It.
scene. The it.
Thought
I think my favorite scene, because I thought I liked two scenes. I liked the one with the electrician because I thought that was funny, but I also liked the scene where like it was like kind of like near the beginning to the middle of the movie. I don't really remember, but it was when he was in the room and then he like saw it. It looked like an old television like was playing, but like I don't know. It was when the old guy with the mustache, he was like, Michael watched him walking to the window and then jump out, and then he was watching the old lady jump out of the window, or not the old lady, but the lady jumping out of the window too. Like, I thought that was pretty cool.
That was a pretty cool scene.
Because I think that was right before he saw his dad.
Yeah. Addie, did you, like, not scariest, but did you have a favorite scene that you were like, oh, that was just really cool?
I did.
Go ahead, Kai.
It was like when it was also in the bathroom. It was like he was like watching, like, cause like the radio randomly turned on.
Yes, and that
And then-
song kept playing.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
he went in the bathroom or something, and it was when he was searching for the ghost or something, and like the toilet paper is just folded all nicely, and he's like, that is bizarre. And I actually I'm pretty sure I spelled toilet wrong. Did I spell toilet wrong? T-O-L-I-T.
Yeah.
Toilet.
Toilet.
Toilet paper.
What about you?
my favorite part was when like the phone was like all the people like you can't escape this room even if you walk out of this room, you can't escape it, and then like the phone keeps just like melting and melting.
Yeah.
And then he's like, that's why I said never take candy from strangers.
Do you think he was tripping?
He was.
Do you think
He
he
was
was on
tripping.
drugs? Like they drugged him?
With
Yeah.
vodka or something. whatever was
Interesting.
in that glass.
I didn't think that at all. So what she says on the phone is she says, Michael, you can take the express route, and
Which you're taking.
which
yourself.
is killing yourself, or you can choose to relive this hour over and over and over. And I think the scariest scene for me, well, scariest and the coolest, because I was like, are you kidding me? Is when he's looking at the clock He's down to the last seconds, and he like rolls over, and the room's back together, and the clock winds up back to 60 minutes. Like, I was like, that's not fair.
I thought he was gonna die at the end.
that was the biggest like scene for me. I was like, oh fuck. Like, what the heck? That's not fair. He did good.
Like, another cool scene for me was, like, the fire where he's, he starts the fire and he doesn't care if he dies because he thinks he's a ghost.
Do you think he thought he was a ghost, or do you think he was just like, I'm dead. I'm just not going out this way?
I think he thought he was a ghost.
I think he thought, like, I'm gonna take this ghost out even if it's me with it.
Yeah, that's kind of how I felt about that, too. So, all in all, what do you guys, like, overall, 1 out of 5 stars, what do you give it?
5.
Kai said 3. Addie says 5. You thought it was super good?
Actually, I give it a 10 out of 10.
No, we're doing 5.
Okay, then I'll give it a 5.
Okay.
5.
I'm gonna say a 3.5 because I feel like it had like a lot of kind of like plot holes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like there were a lot of things that went by without like explaining. Like the book about his father. Like, we didn't really get to know about his father. Like, we saw that his father was in a wheelchair in the bathroom. And then at the beginning of the story, he had, like, this book interview before he went to the room in the library. And this lady was like, I liked your first story, which was about a boy and his father.
Uh-huh.
So there's obviously, like, something going on with him and his father. But I feel like there were other things. Like, I feel like the ghosts in the room kind of were a little, like, not explained. Like, I thought it would have been cool if they had, like, better backstories. Like, the ones that were frequently seen, like the girl with the axe and stuff.
Right, but you have to keep in mind that this movie was an adaptation from a short story by Stephen King.
Yeah.
There wasn't much to work with. It wasn't like a 1,000-page novel, right, where everybody gets their own backstory. So I think they did great with what they had.
Yeah.
Personally. I give it 5 because it's one of my favorite movies of all time.
I give it a 3 because I like slasher movies way more. They're way more funny.
Slashers?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's it for that. We've got a couple more minutes left. So, Kaya, what'd you do this week?
I went to school, and the first day of school sucked so much, but the second day was so much better.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do you want to say why it sucked? Do you think it was just the first day and your nerves were going crazy?
No, it was just this one singular kid who's just really mean to me.
Okay. We'll do more on that later.
Yeah.
What'd you do this week, Addie?
Play video games, go to my teacher conference. Go to my teacher conference, go to my mom's work's office.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to the skate park.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. I was being lazy.
You were lazy because everybody started school on Wednesday, and you don't start till this coming Monday.
Yeah.
So I had to work at home and hang out with you all week, pretty much all week. So, yeah. What about you, Theta?
I started my first day of high school on Wednesday.
Moving on up.
Yeah. It was okay.
Mm-hmm. Anything else
Uh,
cool happen? Like, I'm thinking of, like, band, stuff like that.
Yeah, I get to travel a lot with the band in high school, and I get to play in homecoming and perform. I think I get to perform at one of the state colleges.
Yeah. So, it's definitely different being in high school the way our school system is set up. are you liking, like, going to different... Well, you did that last year, right? You went to different classes every period and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's a much bigger school, right?
Yeah. And they don't, from what I've heard about it, they don't take, like, being late. Like, they take it a lot more seriously than they did in high school. And it's kind of scary.
They take it a lot more seriously in high school than they did in middle school.
Yeah, like, I think in some of the classes, if you're late 3 times in a semester, like, you have to get, like, detention or something.
Damn.
Or something like that.
Do you have enough time in between periods to get to class?
Sometimes. Because, like, I can't really stay long and talk to teachers after class like I could last year without
Being late.
being late.
Yeah.
But I'm still trying to get used to where I have to go and stuff.
Yeah.
And also in PE, I have to do stuff like push-ups.
That's part of PE.
Well, last year we just played, like, games. And,
Yeah.
We do.
and now we have to dress up for PE and do a bunch of athletic stuff. I have a bunch of athletic kids in my class, so it's gonna be embarrassing when I have to do long jump and I jump like an inch.
I don't
not
think
even
you'll
inch,
jump
Kayla,
an
like
inch.
3 centimeters.
Wow, thank you.
Speaking of long jump, I did this tournament last year and I have to do it again this year. And it's where we do this like track meet and stuff and we have to do like all this stuff. I got like, I think I got 4th place in high jump. And then I can't remember if I got 5th or 6th in long jump. I think I got 6th.
Okay.
What else did I compete in? Oh, I competed in the 100-meter dash.
Which you did really well in, right?
Well, yeah, I only got like 3rd place or something.
That's good. And it was your first time doing that stuff. So, you know what I mean? You, like, gotta cut yourself some slack here.
Yeah, this girl fell on her face and like her face, like, it was one of my friends. She like hit her face and like just bounced up and still beat me. She just like tripped and fell and just like came up and still beat me in the race. And I'm like, how did you do that? And she's like, I don't know. My face hurts.
Oh, poor thing. That's funny, though. That's funny. Addie, do you think that you're going to make new friends this year, or are you just going to stick around with the same crowd you had last year? I mean, 2nd grade, it's very tough.
I'm going to probably, I don't know, I might not stick with any friends. I might make new friends. I might stick with the same group. I might stick with the same group that I had the year before last year.
Right, yeah. You got opportunities there.
But I'm probably just going to stay alone and walk by myself because I don't know the people too well. Even my friends, I don't know them too well.
Do you think that starting a new school at a new school is going to make it easier to do you think starting at a new school is going to make it Eddie, do you think that starting a new school is going to make it easier to make new friends? No, because you're still going with all the same kids, right?
Yeah, but there's a lot of bad kids. I made friends with one so they won't bother me anymore. The other ones I was already kind of friends with. And there's still 2 that are kind of bad. One that has cheated on my friend.
Cheated?
Being like, not being their friend and then being their friend and then not being their friend and then being their friend.
I thought you were talking about 2nd graders dating.
No.
Okay, good. Because we don't do that, right? Nobody does that. Dating's gross. We all agree. Everybody in this room, nobody's dating. It's disgusting. I'm just kidding.
Excuse me?
I speak for all of us. No, I'm just kidding.
Ma'am? I have dated more kids than I can count already.
Ew.
What?
Ew.
Well,
One of them moved, and I'm really sad because we were really good friends either way.
Yeah.
but she's dating. She's like having. She's being more friend with another person.
Huh?
So she's dating somebody. Is that what you're trying to say?
She's dating somebody else that is kind of nicer.
That's good.
Yeah, he's like way nicer than any of them.
Yeah. I mean, you're in 6th grade. It's about that time that kids start changing boyfriends every week.
Excuse me.
It's also the time when the boys become not good people.
That's true too. Hormones are raging. Well, they'll be worse next year, but
Yeah.
um,
Knowing that what Theta has got there, I know.
yeah. The thing that I appreciate us though is us sticking it out in this tiny fucking town where we don't fit in at all, and just doing what we do, doing the right things, just pushing through, and making sure that while we keep our heads down more and more every year, that we're still doing the right thing. So.
Yep.
Anyways, that is that.
Bacon feet.
Bacon feet.
Bacon feet.
Bacon feet.
Bacon feet. Theta, join us. Bacon feet. Bacon feet.
Nightmare on pork feet.
Bacon feet. This concludes the end of episode 2.
Bye bye.
See you later.